Good morning, New Zealand and the world. Lucas here, Kiwi Voice, down outside the Christchurch Justice and Emergency Services Precinct. There's a lot more going on down here than I expected there to be. So a number of protesters standing, as well as counter-protesters in fairly significant numbers, as I say, more than I expected. Really large police presence as well for Counterspin's court appearance. So that's Kelvin Alps and Hannah Spira. So I've spotted Carl Bromley's car over here. There's a number of other well-known faces as part of this. A lot of noise going on. So yeah, look, I've reiterated Kiwi Voice's stance on this situation. Not keen on any sharing in any way of mosque shooting footage, but that's, as far as I'm aware, that's the only an accusation at this stage, and not confirmed. But other than that, I don't really understand what's going on here. So, well, I do, but in terms of the persecution, look, I'm waffling. There's a lot going on behind me. Let's go and have a look at it.
This government is trying to close down social media. Alright? But even more ironic, the people that are
as you can tell, there's a lot going on too.
Kelvin and Hannah are actually responsible for the charges that they've laid against Kelvin and Hannah today. As we all know, the mosque shooting on the 15th of March 2019 was as a result of New Zealand police incompetency. They were warned about this crazy man from Australia who arrived here on a mission. They were told that he was an oddity, that a gun licence shouldn't have been issued to him. It was. And even worse than that, when the man went on his crazy shootout...
Hello.
Maybe go get a cover at one of the cafes just a bit further down by the bus. It's a great job
for us New Zealanders, unlike these lunatics, we're quite happy to have a communist world, a communist country that they will love, as opposed to us freedom people who want democracy, freedom of speech and transparency.
So this is the counter-protest. So they have been speaking as well, laying out their voice, their opinion. And they're going to be playing the loud music to try and get over the top here. I had no idea that there was going to be this many people here.
Is number one, why would the government want that to be silenced and muzzled? Why would they not want anyone to recognise that this is a travesty and a failure by the New Zealand police to have stopped it from happening in the first place? 51 deaths. We're not talking small detail here, we're talking 51 deaths. The New Zealand police was on their shoulders, and they are the people that have arrested Kelvin and Hannah and laid charges against them after 3.5 years. So we also have to ask ourselves, why has it taken 3.5 years to lay charges against them? Well, you know the answer. The answer is because the police are not run by the...
It's Mr. Carl Bromley, standing for Mayor in Christchurch.
And the New Zealand Police, as you know, are supposed to be an independent organisation.
It's actually complete chaos here, team, with the counter protest and the music playing. I hope you can hear what's going on. But obviously the numbers are significantly over here.
Running the cover and turning our New Zealand Police, our good New Zealand Police, into Gestapo operators. Not much different to what we saw on March the 2nd in Wellington, when peaceful protesters were pepper sprayed, tear gassed, rubber bulleted, punched, acoustic devices, thank you. I mean, the list goes on. Did media cover any of that?
It appears that the counter-protesters are leaving. There is a number of mainstream media here, which we'll get a shot of shortly.
We're not talking about democracy here, we're talking about a dictatorship. You know that. A straight dictatorship. And this is where it is very difficult for the New Zealand Police to defend themselves when they are clearly under direct influence of the government to close down social media so that the truth can be heard or otherwise heard. They've already bought the media off. You know the figure of 55 million. Well, it's a lot more than 55 million. There's advertising revenue. There's been all of these extra top-ups. You've got stuff.com going out there at the moment trying to discredit candidates for local councils, all on the same payroll from central government, the $1 organisation called stuff.com. You know that. So we've got a situation, the central government has invested using our taxpayers' money, our hard-earned money, to control media, to control the New Zealand Police, to buy off Maori, to steal our Three Waters assets. Is there anything credible about them? I don't think there is. But the worst thing about it is they've got another year in power before they're removed. And that's the problem we have.
I've heard this guy speak a lot. What's his name again? Do you know? Colin?
Yeah, I don't know his last name.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
Eco cottages.
Okay.
Yeah, I've done that one too. Anyone else like to speak? The voice of ladies and gentlemen, my name is Jeremy from I'm going to say that we all need to be working on unity and harmony here. I'm not for one.
Okay, so that's essentially the state of it, team. We'll do one more lap for you, but for those that have not long joined us, this is we'll call it a protest or a stand in response to the court appearance of Calvin Alp and Hannah Spear for Counterspin Media. They have been charged with distributing objectionable material, and these people are here in support or in protest against free speech or shutting down of free speech, I would say. So yeah, probably around 100 people here in total. We have had a counter protest that has turned up, essentially. And they have since left. We have got mainstream media here, as to be expected. There's been quite a bit of coverage of this in the mainstream media. There's a couple over here. Hey! So not sure, but sort of standing at a distance. They don't stand out quite as much without being masked, but that's fine. Absolutely beautiful day here in Christchurch, I've got to mention that. We are getting some great winter's weather at the moment. Now, I did notice a comment there from Gary. You would reserve your opinion until results of the case came out. I'm with you on that one. I know, obviously, of the accusations. I've made my position clear in terms of if it is what they are accused of in terms of the material. I'm not a fan of that. but everything else around it, whether they get completely shut down, etc. Yeah, we just have to wait and see, really. We really do. So a few more speakers going on, but that's essentially the state of it. We'll wait a little bit longer, team, and apparently Counterspin have been in and have come out again, and yeah, whether they come out at this point and we can get some words with them, not sure, but yeah, if not much happens in the next while, we'll get moving. Try and get you a shot from further over the back.
You should have been here 3.5 years ago, supported by freedom of speech. I've got a fucking lot to say. They charged me because they said I was there.
Got someone that's having a bit of a go and exercising his right to free speech, but whether that's useful, I'm not sure. Let's check out some of these signs here.
Silence from the small ones. I think I've said enough, because I'm only getting riled up with what I see going on that's wrong, and I have nothing I can do about it except raise my voice and vote once every 3 years. It's going to take a little more than that to get serious.
Yes, Joe, I have done my best to get in touch with that guy, that Avi I'm assuming you're talking about, so we'll see how we get on there.
He rightly says it is freedom of speech, freedom of movement, something this government denied us of in Wellington in February and March this year. I think we'll just take an opportunity here, given that, as I say, we've lost our good old friends over here that seem to pop up all over the place. Just have a look at the workandstuff.com in this last few weeks. We saw them produce an article, a documentary called Fire and Fury. An absolute disgrace. Probably the most defamatory, hurting, disgusting piece of documentary you'll ever see in the history of New Zealand, attacking a very, very good...
Yeah, whether I get another response, you got to, I guess, Joe, remembering that Rebel News is significantly larger in Australia than it is here. But, I mean, I'm a massive fan of Avi's reporting of the Melbourne protests. That's how I got to know the guy. So, yeah, it'd be great to get him on Kiwi Voice and just hear his side of the story without talking over the top of him constantly.
They also attacked
but we'll see. He may be just too busy for that.
And yes, they attacked Damien Demets, and in some cases, some of the reporting on these two social media...
Colin Whiteman. Thank you, Joe. That's what I was asking before what his name was. I've heard this guy talk a number of times. Eco Cottages, apparently. Colin Whiteman.
And then again we saw government interfering through Interpol and the New Zealand Police to stop a chap from Rebel News, the Yemeni, from coming to New Zealand to cover the protest.
Might go and see if we can find out whether there's any word on when Calvin and Hannah will be coming out and whether they're able to talk to anyone when they do.
To muzzle...
Oh, sorry, my bad.
A social media outlet from Australia. So trust me on this. They've bought off mainstream media, we all know that. Stuff.com bought for $1 and sound with millions ever since. And now they're coming after social media, the only source of the truth. I'm going to have another time out here, guys. I'm going to say, with that fire and
Trying to find the person that gave me the details for this to come down here and whether they have any idea when or if they're going to come out and what the situation is, whether you can talk to them. Where is that lady?
So, that means that Stop the Sale 1.8 million, that million is actually closer to about 2.5 million, because they always come up with some numbers as you go. So this is great news for the people of New Zealand. Great news that more...
Do you know if they're due to come back out at any stage? Or?
No idea.
No idea.
Proceeds today, other than I understood it was 10 o'clock.
Yeah, okay. Okay, cool. That's all right. And are they able to talk when they come out, you know?
Sorry.
That's okay. You know if they're able to talk when they come out?
I have no idea. I'll just try your luck, that's all I
Yeah, sweet. Fair enough.
Yeah.
All good. All good. Thank you. No idea what that was about.
Speaker coming up now as well. And here's I'm standing in the council here in Christchurch because I hear and I do hear. I hear the cries of justice in our nation, in our city. I hear the sound of tyranny and totalitarianism in our country and nation. And I care about that.
Yeah, I hear you, Julie. I'm thinking the same. I figured that would be the case. It's always worth asking, though.
Now, freedom of speech and right to access and seek that information shared is utterly violated, and it's being endorsed and supported by this New Zealand government. It's sad to say it. The people of authority should be standing up against us. I'm not. I just got assaulted in the back of the head over here for one of those far-leftist activists in front of a bunch of cops. They did nothing about it. Nothing. I pleaded and said, there's nothing about it. They did nothing. They said they keep the peace. And I'm not a violent person, but just to test the water, I said, right, I'm going to go there and smack that guy up next to the head. And I walked over there, guess what happened? 3 cops got in front of me, protected him. Now, I would have never done that. I would have never been violent. I love people who hate me, okay? But I want to test the case in point. And this is where we've got as a nation today. It's wrong and it's unjust. It's got to stop. No one in their right mind would honestly agree or endorse the killing or murdering of anyone in any kind of terrorist attack. And yet we have these far-left activists, Marxist activists, who are full of deceit, masters of deceit, trying to paint you as bad people in front of the media. Right? It's wrong. Now this is the problem with our nation today, brought by the government. I know that I'm going to start getting some media coverage now for the mirror race. For the media. But I'm going to tell you how it's going to come out right now. It's going to be Carl Bromley, far-right activist, pro-gun, anti-government pastor. It's going to be lies and twists and sophisty that paint me in a dim light, that paint me in a negative light.
So the anti-protesters, I believe that's the same anti-Antifa that have been around at most of the protests recently. They have walked off for coffee.
It doesn't matter. You have the imprint of the Creator, you have intrinsic value, and I will stand for everyone, even those nasty bunch of trolls that hate me, defame me and slander me. I will stand for them and their rights, because that's what we're about as decent folks. We want equality for all people, we want justice for all people, regardless of religion, race, colour, gender, or whatever. So that's why we're here today supporting Calvin and Hannah, because there's a war against our freedom, particularly the information war. Censorship is the greatest weapon that this government is using to wield against us. And you know what the greatest weapon against that is? Exposure. Exposing it for what it is. So we need each other to get online and to share and expose what's going on. Why can't Kiwis like you and I have the right to research, access and evaluate information ourselves?
Hey Jen, if you're watching this at all, if you got one on it, can you block that spam account that I just saw come through on the comments?
That kind of right, to exercise that right, is because they want to break this society down, to bring in this dystopian government. And they don't want people to know the truth about anything. So they censor things like climate change. You know the media will not report on any other perspective other than pro-climate change science. They won't report on all the other science that speaks against climate change. There's heaps of it out there, folks. It's just heavily censored globally. They won't report on any other science that debunks the government's response to this alleged pandemic. Because they're paid by the government, they've got the memo, folks. It's called heavy censorship. It's their biggest weapon, and sadly most Kiwis are not asleep. They're in it They're in a coma. They need to wake up from that. So the best
Thanks for
thing
joining,
to do
Farm
is
James. Southland, my home hood.
Share information and keep supporting social media like Counterspin Media, Chantal Baker, Voice.
I always say don't tell anyone, but I'm saying it on a live broadcast. I was born in Gore.
Sorry? South Island has been any social media, any people, long as share support, folks. Thanks for your support. I need it. If you've got places for signs over Christchurch, opportunities for signs, I appreciate it. And you all the help I get, because at the end of the day, it's not about any one of us, it's about all of us. And it's not just about one of us, it's about each of us together. Our rights as human beings to win back the heart and soul of our nation, New Zealand. And I'm not afraid to say Aotearoa, folks. Not afraid to
Oh, what
say
I've been told most of my life.
One people, true araha, not that garbage over there, not that rubbish there, talk about singing K araha. I know the words to that song as well, but I'm living it, you're living it, they're just using it as sophistry to paint your dim light. So true araha, real truth. God bless you, keep up the good fight, folks, and let's pray and hope that Calvin and Hannah get a good outcome today. Thanks, guys. Does anyone else want to have a little talk?
Hey everyone, some of you may know me as the Tinfoil Head Guy, the guy that wears Mexican wrestling masks. I'm actually a musician. I have a gig on Saturday, 8 PM, Sharkies, but 96 Swinhead Road. You're all welcome. Thank you.
Yeah, so look team, I'm so we're gonna have to boost quickly, but we will come back. I've just got to attend to a couple of personal matters, so we'll go and do that. Keep an eye on the page because we'll all go live again, hopefully in the next 10 minutes. The word is that Kelvin and Hannah may well be walking out, so we'll see what we can get there. So stay safe, stay free. We'll be back on shortly.